All right, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Great, good job. Okay, so class, now can you show me your best ready position? That means eyes on me, pencils in your hot spots, and feet on the floor, right? Okay, good job. So last time we learned that right to left, the place value increased by ones to tens to hundreds to thousands. Do you guys remember that? All right, so let's practice that one more time. So Brandy, can you tell us the order of the place values that we practiced last time?
Ones, tens, 100s, 1000s.
Good remembering. That's awesome. Okay. So today, in order to get to our division problems, we have to go on to the next step. And that next step is to learn to count and say the place values of numbers. So what are we going to learn today?
Count and say the place values of numbers.
Great. So when I count and say the place values of numbers, all I need to do is to practice these 3 steps. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to read the number. And then right to left, I'm going to count the place values until the underlined number. And last, I'm going to decide and say the place value of the underlined number. Alright, so let's try an example. It's a 7. Okay, so first, I'm going to read the underlined number. Brandy, can you tell me the first step? Class, can you tell me the first step?
Read the number.
Great. So, I'll show you how it's done. 700. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is right to left, I'm going to count the place values until the underlined number. So I'm going to do for step 2, class.
Right to left, count the place values until the underlined number.
Great, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to count by ones place, tens place, and then the hundreds place. And then I stop because I've reached the underlined number. And last, I'm going to decide and say the place value of the underlined number. So class, what is step 3?
Decide and say the place value of the underlined number.
That's very good. So since we decided that the 7 is in the hundred spot, 7 is going to be a value of 700, okay? All right. Okay, so we're going to try one all together as a class. All right, next one is... All right, okay. So the first step we're going to do, class, can we read it together?
Read the number.
Great job. Okay, so let's do step 1 together as a class. You ready?
128.
Very good. Good job, guys. Okay, so number 2. Can we read number 2 together?
Right to left, count the place values until the underlined number.
Awesome. Okay, so let's try that together. So we're going to count this as the
ones.
Good. And
tens. 100s.
Oh, wait a minute. We have to stop because we reached the underlined number. Is that right, class?
Yes.
Good job. Okay, so we stopped at the 10th place. And the last thing we're going to do, can we read this together?
Decide and say the value of the underlined number.
Okay, so class, we decided that the 2 is in the tens place. So what does this value make? What does this make the 2?
20.
20. Good job, class. Awesome. All right. Let's try some more problems. So let's go to this one. 1067. All right. Hey, Brandy, can you read us the first step?
Read the number.
Good job. All right. Can you do the first step for us?
1567.
Great. Forgot that one. Okay. Awesome. So, Brandy, can you tell us what step 2 is?
Right to left, count the place values until the underlined number.
Awesome. Can you actually do that for us?
Ones, tens, 100s, 1000s.
That was perfect. Thank you so much. All right. What's the last step, Brandy?
Decide and say the value of the underlined number.
Okay, so we decided the 1 is in the thousands spot. So what does that make the 1?
1000.
Good job. That's perfect. Okay. Alright. So now we're going to go to our worksheet. So here's a worksheet for you. And here's a pencil. Okay, so we're going to work on this together. Don't worry, we're going to go to the practice problem first. Alright, so first, Brandy, what are we going to do for the first step?
Read the number.
Okay, perfect. Okay, everyone, did you read the number?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so Brandy, what are we going to do next?
Right to left, count the place values until the underlined number.
Awesome. So yeah, I'll give you guys a second to do that. Alright, so Brandy, what did you decide?
1.
Good. Okay. Wait, we decided that was for step 3. So what was step 3?
Decide and say the value of the underlined number.
Okay, so you decided
1.
Good job. Okay. All right, let's go to now the rest of our problems. So we are going to do step 1. We're going to read the numbers. So everybody, can you read the number? Great. After you've done that, we'll move to step 2. We're going to right to left count the place values until the underlined number. So I'll give you a second to do that. All right, and when you're done with that, we're going to go to step 3, and we're going to decide and say the place value of the underlined number. So, Randy, when you're ready, can you tell us the answer for that problem?
80.
Good job, that is correct. Okay, so go ahead and work on the other problems. I'll help you if you need. Just raise your hand and I'll come over and help. All right, students, what did we learn today?
How to determine the place value of, how to count and say the value of numbers.
You are right. So today we learned to count and say the value of numbers. You worked hard and you followed my directions, so thank you. Tomorrow, we're going to practice the division problems using these place value skills that we learned today, so good job.